Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys at Magic. This is Hunter, Riley, Steven, and Shane. Say what up, guys.
Hello, peoples.
Good morning.
What's up, nerds? It's not morning, dude.
It's morning
Definitely
for
not.
somebody.
Actually, yeah. If it's morning, comment down below. We got a full barn. First time for spoiler season of Dragonstorm. I was going to say Drakir. Tarkir Dragonstorm. Very exciting. We got one more day after this. I was wrong yesterday when I said today was the final day. Tomorrow is the final day. But we
Oh.
do have a couple of rares to talk about. The rest, we're going to be talking about just some uncommons that came out today because we are slowing way down. But let's go ahead and get started with this very first one. It is called Lotuslight Dancers. 2 black, green, blue for a 3/6 creature zombie bard. It's got lifelink. It says when this creature enters, search your library for a black card, a green card, and a blue card. Put those cards into your graveyard, then shuffle. We have
Cool.
a very slow version of a card that exists.
Very.
I mean, I love it.
What's
I
not to
mean,
love?
yeah, I was gonna say I like this a lot too. It's not specifically grabbing a creature,
That's true.
and it does grab 3.
Seems good.
Yeah, I was talking about. I was thinking about Buried Alive. Yeah, you're right. That's 3 creatures into the grave. But you're right. This doesn't have to hit creatures.
It's also a 3/6 with lifelink.
True.
Which for 5 mana is not great, but I do like the ability.
The ability's good. Yeah. Who knows? You can throw something into the grave that has flashback if you had something that does something really cool.
Or
that you
harmonize.
really
Or
needed. Harmonize, yeah.
how many different abilities do they care about the graveyard now?
Absolutely. Who would have thought? Bringing stuff back from the grave, pretty good ability. Let's move on to the next rare from today. This is called Star of the Arena. It is 1 red mana for a 1/1 creature goblin warrior. It has mobilize 1, which means, if you forgot, when this creature attacks, you make a tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior creature that you sack at the beginning of the next end step. And another ability here for 1 and a red, you can sacrifice this creature, and this creature deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature. And that is where that card has lost me.
Yeah, instantly.
This is a weird translation, dude. Star of the Arena. I think
No, I
like
mean,
it's Steven.
What?
You're Star of the Arena, dude.
I'm the
Funny.
star of the arena?
Yeah.
I mean, I won't fight that.
No, I think Steven, you and I are on the same page where we think this is not good because it's target creature. If it said just target, then I'm here for it. I can just fling this at someone's face.
I mean, where I see this card going in is kind of like, I don't know, like Brash Taunter style decks where you kind of want to maybe hit your Brash Taunter to deal damage to something else, but that's such a workaround. I don't know.
Flexible removal though. You need it.
I mean, is it?
Kinda.
Yeah, I mean, on attacks, when you attack with this, it you can sacrifice it for the minimum of 2 damage to a creature.
I
Minimum.
feel like that's not bad. I mean, it's at a shock rate, given that you have to pay for this and the 2 mana and also sack this. But like this makes a body. So
Yeah,
like
but the
if you're in
shock
any
rate-
kind of
Shock you
if
can
you're
do to someone's face.
okay. And I do understand, but I do think that if it could just hit face, I think that would be really pushing the power level of this
100%.
card.
100%.
I feel like at that point it would need to be like sorcery speed only.
Yeah. One shot somebody out of nowhere. Can you imagine this in Standard Hunter? It said target. This would be stupid. I'm glad it doesn't say target.
I would love it.
Yeah, no.
Maybe
You
they
say that.
This is a goblin too, so maybe this will go in the goblin deck.
Yeah, maybe it will.
So I don't know. Star of the Arena. It's an okay card in my opinion, but I do see the potential of it. And if you have anything that says don't sacrifice those creatures, aka Zurgo, seems good.
Could be good.
Moving on to the final rare from today. That's right, and the final rare of the entire set. It's Mardu Siegebreaker. 1 red, white, black for a 4/4 creature human warrior that's got death touch and haste. And it says when this creature enters, exile up to 1 other target creature you control until this creature leaves the battlefield. And whenever this creature attacks, for each opponent, You create a tapped token that's a copy of the exiled card attacking that opponent. At the beginning of your next end step, sacrifice those tokens. Yeah, this card's pretty great, in my opinion.
Could be pretty fun, right?
Make
This
your
is-
own Myriad, and this also has haste.
Yeah, you get to
Yeah,
pick it too. That's
this-
cool.
I wish it was
This-
legendary so I could make it my commander.
This having haste is so good.
Yeah, this is pretty good. I like this.
Yeah, I saw a lot of different kind of ways to. It's like, oh, I'm going to exile Gary, and every time I attack with this card, I make 3 more Garys.
I don't think that's every time you attack. I think that's the one time you attack because then everybody just died.
Whenever
Yeah.
this, oh, you're right. That's a fun little combo. Or if you had this with the Zurgo from the main set and you actually exiled a warrior, you're technically making warrior tokens. So those don't get sacrificed because Zurgo says no. That's a
Or
pretty
just
cool thing.
sacrifice your instep.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know. This card seems really fun. I am a big fan of this card. Does this go into the Zurgo upgrade of the precon? You shall see.
I have probably a very serious question for this.
Okay.
That's how you know that I'm not serious at all. But the most important question that I have to ask about this card is this a really tiny person or a really big bird?
Yes.
The answer is yes. It's got to be a big bird, right? We've seen
No.
these.
Yeah, we're not
big-
on little
You know
mouse.
what? They're tokens. They're little. They're little
Oh.
people.
They're tiny people.
I mean, unless we talk to Joshua Kairos, who drew this card, no one will ever know.
I think
mean-
we know.
10 out of 10, dude. That was the art description. Tiny person on a bird.
Warrior
An average bird.
riding a bird.
Being an average normal bird.
But yeah, that was the last rare from today. Let's go ahead and move on to those uncommons. You've got 100 Battle Veteran, 3 and a black for a 4/2 creature zombie warrior. Says as long as there are 3 or more different kinds of counters among creatures you control, this creature gets +2/+4. It also says you may cast this card from your graveyard. If you do, it enters with a finality counter on it.
Finality.
Gives
Interesting.
itself that one counter that you're looking for to bump itself. A different kind of counter. It's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Also, I like how it says you can cast this card from your graveyard with just like no extra costs. Just cast it again.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I've already
It's
moved on to the
just-
next card.
Ooh,
You don't like this card?
What?
I think this card's cool.
This card's not great.
I love this card for limited.
I mean, it's an uncommon. It's not insane, but it's
4
cool.
mana 6/6. I don't know. That you can cast twice.
That seems cool.
Seems cool. Seems cool.
Steven's not here.
I don't know. Steven doesn't like it. You're the zombie player. I guess we should take your opinion a little more, maybe.
Star of the Arena.
Start
That's
the arena.
see, there you go.
All right, then. We will move on to the next uncommon. This is Defibrillating Current. It is 2 or a red, 2 or a white, and 2 or a black for a sorcery. It deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain 2 life. Very.
That's
So
super
this
weird.
kind of like, we haven't really talked about it, but this is not the only card from this set that does the 2 in the color. So there's a bunch of these cards in this set. Pretty interesting though. Kind of gives you that flexibility of if you don't have the right colors, you can cast it for more mana.
Yeah, but if you don't have the right colors, this card is not good.
I don't think this
I don't
card
think this card is good with the colors.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could stretch it,
Can you?
maybe.
Or
This
damage?
This is
I've never
the
tried.
removal that I'm playing like super disgruntled because I got past this and I'm playing Mardu.
Yeah,
I never tried to stretch a magic card before.
you could stretch it. You could
could
kill a
stretch it.
planeswalker with this. Gain some life.
Could. 4 damage to a planeswalker and gain 2 life.
Hope it's not bigger than 4. Yeah.
Hopefully you have the right colors, otherwise you're paying
Oh.
2, 4, 6 mana for
If you're
that.
that's so dumb.
Man, this next card looks cool.
Okay, that's Steven saying move on. This card is very similar to the saga we talked about yesterday because it's the exact same cost. It's Mammoth Bellow. 2 green, blue, red sorcery. Create a 5/5 green elephant creature token. Also has Harmonize for 5 green, blue, red.
Yeah, but
So,
I
for
think if
that
I remember,
exact same cost,
yeah,
that Saga also made a 5/5, and it did it twice because it stayed around, and
and
then
it
it doubled
doubled.
everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it doubled. Eh,
And then for 8 mana, you get 2 5/5s.
yeah, cool.
Yeah. This card is. These are uncommons. We're talking about uncommons for a reason, people.
That's a
This is the top.
5-mana 5/5.
Yeah, I know.
I
Not
don't
good.
think it's not good.
No, it's not great. Let's move on. Moving on to the next card, we've got another dog person. Why do they keep doing this in this set? It's freaking me out. This is Traveling Botanist for 1 and a green for a 2/3 creature dog scout. This is whenever this creature becomes tapped, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may reveal it and put it in your hand. If you don't put the card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. It's not a
Sounds
bad ability.
cute though.
Yeah, this
Yes.
isn't like the scary dog people.
Yeah.
This is just a green dog. Literally.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good effect.
I actually kind of enjoy this one out of the last few we've seen that were uncommon. This isn't bad.
Yeah, I'm here for it. You can fill your graveyard. I mean, even if you don't, like, it doesn't say you have to put it into your hand. If it's a land, you may reveal it, put it in your hand, which means if it is a land, you don't have to reveal it, and then it goes into your grave.
I think this is a super flexible card, and if you are trying to play with Sultai in draft, then like this does the thing for you because it could potentially mill. If you are trying to play with Teamer in draft, this does the thing for you because it's helping you to like make sure that you're hitting your land drops. So I actually do like the flexibility of this card.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
downside, obviously, if it's, it does have to attack. But other than that, comes down early. It's a 2/3, so I mean, should get in a couple times.
Figure out a way to tap it. Harmonize
Yeah,
is a
Yeah.
you
thing.
crew something. We just
Yeah.
had Aether Drift with a bunch of vehicles.
Yeah. Harmonize, like you said, you tap something.
Yeah, different flexibility to get this thing tapped. Moving on, we've got Zurgo's Vanguard. 2 and a red for a star 3 creature dog soldier. It's got Mobilize 1, and this creature's power is equal to the number of creatures you control. This could be big.
Could
This could be
be
big.
dead. Could be dead.
And I hate making the
This-
argument, but it could just die to a 1/1. I mean, not die, but get blocked by a 1/1.
I mean, yeah, everything gets blocked by a 1/1.
Not my creatures.
Not my creatures, not my magic. Bradley, do you think this dog soldier is any good?
No, but I like the spider it's on.
That's scary. I don't like the spider.
I think it could get pretty large. Come
I
on,
will
people.
say one last thing about this card. At least we know for sure the person is normal sized and the spider is big.
How do we know that?
True. How do we know
I
that?
feel like,
Plot twist.
listen,
This is a
Both
dog.
tiny.
unless the army behind this person is all a bunch of small people on normal spiders.
Could be.
Could be. You don't know that. Moving on, we got 2 more cards to talk about. This is Wayspeaker Bodyguard. 3 and a white for a 3/4 creature orc monk. This is when this creature enters, return target non-land permanent card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. And it also has Flurry, which means whenever you cast your second spell each turn, tap target creature an opponent controls. That could be annoying.
Could be very annoying. Get in for some
I think it's
damage,
pretty
kill
solid
somebody.
uncommon. Bring something back and just taps your people's stuff down.
Yeah,
Well,
tapping is
granted,
gonna
it's
be real
only that
annoying.
once. But
You mean the
it's pretty-
recursions
it's-
ones?
no, I'm just saying the flurry is whenever you cast your second spell, so it's not like it
Oh,
continues.
gotcha.
You cast 2 spells every time you want to tap the trigger. But this is not a bad uncommon.
No, kind of like it.
I
don't think
will.
I'm sold on that.
No, why not?
4 mana, I feel like this is a little bit on the slow side. And my thought with most of these is that these are probably just going to be more like limited cards. So the flurry, I feel like, is going to be a little bit more difficult to keep up, and you have to use it aggressively.
I think that's why. I mean, I guess for 4 mana, you're probably holding this until you have the ability to play this, bring something back, cast that.
So you're waiting until you have at least 6 mana. That seems
5
really
mana.
rough.
Could be a 1-drop.
Okay.
You're not helping your point.
Hey, what do you think of this card, Steven?
Awful. It's a little too expensive, like Riley mentioned, and we'll go off of, I feel like you're probably holding on to this until you can do anything cool, and for that point, it's a dead card in my hand, and I would hate to see it in my opening hand. I'm not really here for it. I think it's like Riley said, it's a very limited card, but it's just not. I don't even think I would play this in limited.
Well, let's move on to the final card we're talking about today. I think you guys will all like this one. This is Shocking Sharpshooter. It's 1 and a red for a 1/3 creature human archer. It's got reach and says whenever another creature you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent.
Banger.
Nope.
This is a banger. You're thinking about an EDH standpoint. As far as a standard standpoint, seems solid.
No.
Why?
This card is awful, actually. It says Shocking Sharpshooter, and it does not shock. 0. Can't do this.
0 for the flavor. I
Yep,
mean,
sorry.
not a Perforos. Come on now. Can't
I
do
mean,
2.
if this card were pinging Sharpshooter, absolutely would play.
What?
Hey, it's got to make it kind of rhyme, right? Shocking Sharpshooter.
We're here for the alliterations.
Well, I am here for this card. I love it. Thinking of it in an EDH standpoint, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. And if going back to standard standpoint, I feel like that reach is going to get some people kind of not realizing this has reach. You're going to be like, I swing my 2/2. I'm just going to block you. We'll fly.
It's pretty easy on Arena. It's got a giant arrow on the card.
Yeah, now. Didn't used to have that. But I like this card a lot. I think this card is going to see a lot of play.
I can see it.
Yeah, I like this one as well.
But yeah, that is going to do it for us today. If you guys like that video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, so you're staying up to date with all of the videos that we are putting out. In the description, you will find links to all of our social media accounts, especially that Instagram one, because tomorrow is the last day. So if you guys haven't already heard us talk about a card that you're like, I swear I've seen that common and uncommon that you guys haven't talked about, go like it on our Instagram because we will talk about the top 3 most liked cards tomorrow from you guys. So Instagram down there. And before we wrap things up, let's talk about our favorite cards today. We will start with Riley. Riley, what is your favorite card we talked about today?
Definitely going to be Mardu Siegebreaker. Very good card. I love haste. I love super aggressive, and this card just screams all of that.
Definitely does. And that's why I'm going to join you. That one's my favorite as well.
I think I'm going to pick Lotuslight Dancers. I kind of like being able to put a bunch of stuff in my graveyard, and Sultai's coming on to me a little bit.
Do you have a favorite, Shane?
If I had to pick out of all these, probably just the zombie you can cast from your graveyard. Seems fun.
The 100 Battle Veteran. Yeah. Comment down below. What was your guys' favorite that we talked about today? Always interested to hear your guys' opinions. And on the screen right now, those are all of our Patreon subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your added support. It really does mean the world to us. If you guys wanted to check out what they're seeing, which is not here on YouTube, please click the link in the description below and consider subscribing. And a very special shout out to our Gains Indestructible tier, starting with
Daryl Tripp,
Demarion Turner,
Doc Jerome,
Jimmy Ward,
Kevo,
Larry Killian,
Robert Myatt,
Thrifty PSGR,
Tim K,
and Ryder Cole.
You guys are awesome. Appreciate every single one of you. And until the next video, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Laters.
I miss you.
Bye-bye.